Oh my, smell this right now. That's gasoline. Like, that is intense. Oh. Oh.
All you hear is gossip. Man, all I hear is gossip. Yeah, man, call it gossip.
Jeffree Star reviewed a makeup palette released by Cheetos that was done in collaboration with Forever 21. And he released some interesting facts that I wanted to touch on. And if you're wondering, based on the intro, the palette is not Jeffree Star approved. So anyway, he gives a little backstory on the Cheetos. This is what he says.
But of course it says Riley Rose. If you do not know what that is, Riley Rose is a cosmetic store. Some of the locations have been closing lately in the malls, and it is owned by Forever 21. Now y'all know the tea. Forever 21, there's news of bankruptcies and all this crazy things are happening. Stores are closing. The world's like, oh my God, retail, are we dying? What the hell is happening?
I actually did not know that Forever 21 had filed for bankruptcy. Did y'all? I mean, this is old. Apparently it was announced back in September. Like, it's been a couple months. I'm late to the tea. I mean, it's a Long Island at this point. But yeah, so they filed for bankruptcy, and they're planning to close more than, like, up to 350 stores worldwide. They're thinking about leaving their locations in Asia and Europe and maybe staying in Latin America and, you know, some locations in the States, which is just... wow. How do I explain that? Like, Forever 21 just comes across as one of those untouchable stores, but I guess, you know, if you're not keeping up with the times, it's just like Toys R Us and Radio Shack, etc. Like all these stores that just were massive at some point and then just go under. So, but Forever 21 is maintaining that this doesn't mean that they're going under. It's just a way to prevent that from happening. Like they're going to restructure or something. I don't know what the plan is. I hope that they'll be able to, you know, keep up with the online kind of competition that they have going on, and we'll see. I mean, apparently, I started reading up on this after Jeffree said this, and apparently Forever 21 is no longer seen as like the go-to place, which is, I mean, I kind of understand just because online shopping is so popular these days, but the way my body's set up, sometimes I like to just, you know, try something on, see how it looks on me, because it definitely usually does not look like it does on the model. But I don't like to go all the way to the store, so I just don't shop often. But yeah, that's another story for, yeah. Anyway, the point is that things are not going on in the retail world. Are y'all keeping up with that? I wasn't, but I want to know if there's anybody else that was like me, like, what? Forever 21? Anyway, so then he goes into Forever 21's shady practices. Listen to this.
Forever 21 has definitely stolen a bunch of stuff before. Hi, let's throw up some lawsuits, Christian. Bam, bam, bam. Like, so many people have sued them, and this is crazy. So
that doesn't surprise me as much. Maybe I've lost faith in, like, massive corporations, but it doesn't shock me that they have some shady practices. It's kind of like, it's almost more surprising when you find these big companies that don't have any sort of shady history at some point or another. But yeah, so then actually the shadiness really that happened with this Cheeto collab is because let's just let Jeffree explain.
Glamlight had a license with Cheetos, okay? Bear with me here. They had a license with Cheetos since July of this year. And as a Hispanic immigrant, she said that she wanted to do a whole campaign to promote minority entrepreneurship, to show that minorities are capable of fulfilling the American dream with creativity and hard work. Hi, that is amazing. And a portion of the proceeds are gonna go to an entrepreneurship program to help minorities to start their own businesses. Like, amazing. The creator of Flaming Hot Cheetos has a very inspiring story, and she wanted to highlight that for her campaign. So they have a whole prototype, the palette. Like, y'all, I'm gonna show you receipts here. Like, they have the license for this. This is insane. This is crazy. I'm looking at the packaging like, no shade, but this looks way better than this. And she has a legal document here that I will throw up right here, and it says that they can make cosmetics, lip gloss, eyeshadows, lashes, and they can do a whole thing. Now, here's where it gets tricky. The problem is they don't have exclusivity. So Cheetos was allowed to give anyone the license. I could have got it, anyone could have, they were just whoring it out. probably without her knowing. But the contract says it's not exclusive, which still, if you're gonna work this hard and do a whole thing, if you're the owner of Cheetos, why would you give a makeup license to anyone else? Can we just ask ourselves, do we need 2 brands making Cheetos collabs? Like, girl, come on, it's a little redundant. So I'm shook reading this, and basically Riley Rose and Forever 21 hit up Cheetos and they were like, yo, to continue to sell the collection, we want it exclusively in Forever 21. And my friend, she's like, Glamlight Cosmetics was like, no, like we don't want to do that. We don't want to be a part of the big corporation. And once they found out that they were planning the Cheetos collab, they decided to rush the release and put theirs out first to try to make her look bad, basically, allegedly. And they released it without any promotional marketing campaign because they knew that it was rushed and it could potentially flop. Because when this popped up online, I was like, I've never heard anyone talk about this before. Like, where is the tea? Where's the hype? Where's the excitement? And this is crazy. So Forever 21 went behind her back, tried to force her to sell it in their stores. She said no. So they rushed a makeup collab from China. Like, this is like, whatever. Oh my God, I'm actually gonna try that though. Come back, girl. Regardless of the tea, I think it's really fucked up.
And I totally agree with Jeffree here. It's so unfortunate how you have these big corporations that kind of just flex their muscles when it comes to these smaller entrepreneurs that are just trying to make it and do something positive in the world. Like, I became really upset just because, you know, I see what she's trying to do. I see that she wants to make a positive impact. She has these whole plans that she wants to do. And a lot of these big corporations don't care about that. They just want to make money. So I think I understand why she was like, no, I'm not going to do it under you. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't going to even do the social aspect that she had in mind, which is probably why she didn't want to collab. It's just shady and it's just unfortunate. And then so now going back, it's just kind of like, don't feel bad for them going through the issues that they're going through. At the same time, it's kind of like, that is just typical behavior, and it's unfortunate that that's kind of what you expect from these big corporations. They don't really care about the little guy that wants to help save the world and make it. And yeah, it's just money grubbing, like greedy businesses and business dealings. So yeah, that was unfortunate.
Of the beauty community, makeup is a trend and makes a lot of money, and I think everyone thinks that they can do it. So some people need to come back to earth and work on your formulas, honey. Now,
the shade. So yeah, he was not feeling it at all. And to be honest, after hearing what they did to an indie company, I wouldn't be getting these Cheeto palette stuff anyway. I mean, not that I was checking for it, which he mentions that they've rushed this because they wanted to undermine this other company.
I couldn't even name the shade. They really rushed this launch. Like, okay, now
he does summarize how he felt about everything, so I will just insert it here in case you're curious. This is how he felt about the entire collection, quote unquote.
Shadow palette, I had no idea what to expect, obviously, with any of this. It's not bad. It's stayed the whole time. I love the shimmer shade. It looks a little janky in the pan. The formula's a little weird, but like, it's there. It's been a minute and everything has stuck. It hasn't really faded and the shadows look pretty. So I do like that. Now the bronzer, honey, highlighter bronzer, I tried to do something where I just like took the yellow shade down the middle and I'm just like, it's just not it. So this is just not for me. And then the lips, y'all saw what just happened. Like, I'm a little shook about this. Not into it. I've also seen a lot of pictures of like them separating in the bottle and I don't know. I always follow my gut and it was like, something feels weird and I just, So, what a weird turn for a review. I am not going to approve any of this today. The eyeshadow palette worked. If you want to try it, girl, great. If you want to try the other products, try at your own risk. But it worked, but I'm not gonna.
What are your thoughts on this, though? Do you think that this is just like, it's not even tea, like this is just how all businesses handle themselves? Would you be trying these Cheeto makeup palette things? I mean, whatever. I mean, if you are, let me know what you think. I'm kind of curious to know, because when Jeffree was like, it smells like gasoline, I was like, is it really that bad? Is it that crazy? Because that would be insane. Anyway, I'm done for today. That is it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Man, call it gossip.